Hello, Dinesh. How are you doing?
Hello, Professor.
Hey, how are you doing? Good to see you all again.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Avinash, how are you doing? Good to see you. Okay. So let's start then. So the deal is that in the last lecture, we were discussing user stories, right? And I saw a couple of mails that people have written, user stories, but I thought to share those stories with everybody over here. So if somebody is done and they think that they have made some good user stories, they can go ahead and share their screen with me, with us all rather, and and let's see what have you written. So who wants to go ahead and show their user stories to us all? Manthan, you want to go ahead?
No, sir.
You have written some stories?
Not yet.
Not yet. So who have written them? Dinesh, have you written some user stories?
No, sir, I haven't written. I just mentioned in previous
Okay.
class, that's it.
Avinash, have you written some stories, user stories? You have to unmute yourself before talking to me. Yeah, so there would be a button down there where you can unmute yourself. Okay, let me ask.
Yes, sir.
So have you written some user stories?
Yes, sir. I attached the exit one and some of the
Okay,
resuming the
so do you
audio.
want to share your screen with us?
Right now, I don't have files over here, so that's all.
Okay. Ankit Rao, would you like to share your screen with us to see that what user stories have you written?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead then. Who is this unknown and unknown? Please put your name. Hello, there is some student with the name showing unknown. Please edit it and put your name, please.
So it says someone else is sharing their screen, so I can't share.
Oh, okay. Let me unshare. Yeah, this is me who is sharing definitely. So let me stop share. And now you can share, please. Go ahead. So it looks like, okay, great. So here is your version.
Can you
So
see?
yeah, so please show us some new ones which you have added later on. Okay.
Like I've added, we should have an option to add a friends.
Okay, as a member, I want to challenge other players slash friends. Right, good, very good. Yeah, so they want to challenge. So what do you mean by challenge? Is it something different than invitation?
Yeah, it's different from invitation. Like we have multiple games in our website. So during challenge, players should be able to select a game and challenge their friends.
Okay, so how is it different from invitation?
Invitation is like adding players into the whole game.
Okay, so adding players, what do you mean by adding players?
Uh, it's adding friends, not players. We can remove
Say it
players
again.
from here. It's adding friends, just friends.
Oh, okay. So so you are playing, you are naming play to play a game is you are naming it as a challenge. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Next one, please.
As a
As a
member, I
member,
want
I
to.
want to add friends, right? So basically someone wants to add friends, right? Very
Yeah.
good. So basically the deal here is that, look, once we make these user stories, we put them all, on a big table. and we try to group them, right? Say, for example, grouping in the sense that what functionality is going to go and sit on one user interface, what functionality is going to go and sit on another user interface, right?
Yeah.
And as we group them, then we, stare at them very, carefully. We actually observe them very carefully and see that what is going to happen. For example, you have written this story as a member, I want to add friends, right? So now
Yes.
this thing should click into our mind that this is quite an asynchronous process, right? Asynchronous in the sense that there is nobody sitting and waiting for your request to come, right? So somebody is not waiting for you, right? That request to come. So as a member, you will actually send what? You will send a friend request,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
maybe you can modify this thing as a member, I want to send a friend request,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
maybe you want to modify it as a member, I want to send a friend request, right?
Yes.
And as that friend request would go, then you should have another user story. What would be that user story?
Whether to accept it or not.
Yeah, so there would be another user story. As a member, I want to accept or reject friend
Friend
requests,
request.
right?
Yes.
And then there would be another user story that as a member, I want to delete a friend,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
right?
There should be one.
This would be another one, right? So basically, once we write a user story, then we try and we write a group of user stories. Then, we try to find some gaps within our analogy, right? Some
Yes.
gaps, whatever we have written is not perfect. We assume that it is not perfect. And then we try to find some gaps within it, right? Which we can, we want to amicably fill,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
have you those, so for example, this user story you can modify as a member, I want to
Send friend request.
send a friend request, right? Please modify it, right? So I want to send a friend request, right? And now you would like to add another user story that as a member, I want to accept or reject the friend request. Hey, Yash, good to see you. I want to accept or reject the friend, or slash, you can put a slash here, right? Accept, reject a friend request, right? And then you will have another user story. What would be that user story? As a member, I want to unfriend
Unfriend
a
someone. Yeah.
friend, yeah, so you can add that also, right?
Unfriend. Done.
Right, I want to unfriend. Very good, right? So go on next. Let's see what we have next over here. So as a okay, challenge added friends, right? This is something we have seen. Go on. As a member, I want, okay, go on, please.
The next
Next.
one.
Yeah. As a member, I want to select game before I challenge. Okay. So basically you want to select a game and then send a
Challenge
challenge,
friends.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe, if the developer team is not very clear about this user story, they can ask a little bit that, say, maybe they can ask you that, hey, can you draw some sketch that how do you want to do it? Okay. Something like that. Okay. Next, what is that? As a member, I want to create a room where invited players can join. Okay. So now this is a functionality I did not make, and I don't want to make it, right? Because I am the lone developer right now. Other people have gone, out of the semester. Maybe you people would like to develop a little bit of it. So, as a member, I want to create a room where invited players can join. Okay, so you want to have, actually the logic here is that anybody can join a room, right? So for example, if a game is going on, anybody can join as an audience.
Yes, they can spectate.
Right, they can spectate, right? Very good. So as a member, I want to, so let's don't implement it, right? And if we don't want to implement it, we will tear it and throw it away, right? we
You want me to
will
delete
remove the
this?
card, right? Okay, and for the timing, you can just make it red that we don't want to implement it.
I'll
Okay.
delete this.
Okay, if you want, you can delete it, but if you don't want to delete it, you can just, make it red or whatever, or maybe have a through cross on the text. That is also possible. As a member, I want to organize a tournament. Oh, you're going, man, little bit beyond our canvas, right? Okay, good. Anyways, any more do you have, or these are the ones?
These are all now.
Okay, very good. Nice
I
to
have
know.
written 3 stories on paper. Like,
Oh, you have written on paper, but
yeah.
is it possible for you to share them with us?
Actually, I've written on paper, so that's why.
Okay, so try to do your work, since we are having online class. So try to do all the work on
Okay.
software so that it
Okay.
is easy to share and
Yeah.
such things. Okay. Okay. Anybody else wants to share their user stories? Yes, have you written something, my dear? Yes,
I
Patel.
have not written anything, but I have some stories like as a guest, we want to join the game room without signing as a.
Yeah, so as a guest, I want to spectate a game. Yes, again, this can be a user story. Yes, of course. Anybody else?
As a member, I want to see like how to play a game, like instruction on each game.
Instructions. Yeah, this is definitely a use case that if somebody is not quite getting that
Yeah.
how to play a game, so definitely they need to have a place where they can go and see that how to play a game. Very good. Absolutely,
And
this
as
would
a
be a use case.
member, yeah, as a member, I want to change game settings, like
I
sound on
want
and off,
to
and
I
change
want to do
game
what?
settings. Game settings.
Change the game settings.
Yeah, like
Okay.
sound on and off, and that kind
Oh,
of.
okay. Yeah. Of course, So the deal here is that now definitely this is a very good discussion point.
Yeah, and as a
So
guest, I want to.
for example, if you want to write this user story that as a member, I want to change the game settings, then we would make, would be having an appendix, and there we would have a document which will tell that what are the generic game settings,
Settings.
right? For example, sound is one thing. Other thing could be, what could be the other thing?
Brightness of the screen.
Brightness of the screen. Well, probably we don't do it from within our game, my dear, right?
Yeah.
We can definitely mute and unmute for our game. This is definitely good. But brightness of the screen is normally taken care by the device by itself, right? Unless you want to make a very hi-fi thing, right? Otherwise, I think that it is okay that we let the device tackle this thing. Okay.
And the third is, as a guest, I want to sign in using Google account or Facebook account, so that
Yeah,
I
this is
don't want to
something I
add
have
friends.
not
Yeah.
done and I make, right? So definitely it will increase my scope of work. So if you want to make this functionality, you can take care of this and I can integrate it into the website and I will credit you for that. Okay. So yeah, if you can do it, we can take care of it also. Okay. So once you write user stories, right now, this is the time again I said that so so these are like very non-programmatic kind of things, but they are very important. They happen before you actually put a developer into job, right? So you have to think about these points very carefully, and we need to give some time in these lectures to meditate on these things and to understand these things fully, right? So I was saying that as we write all these user stories, we try to group them together, in various groups and put them in a big table or maybe post them on a big green board, right? So basically there, all the team members are invited to see that do we have some gaps over here, right? So maybe some user stories are missing. So definitely you should, as many you have already written in the first step, you should be able to find at least that many missing also, right? Because they're, the scope is too much, right? So it is always the case, you must have missed so many of them. So all people think collectively to see that what is missing. They remove the duplications that you should not duplicate. So once this is done, the next stage comes. Everybody is comfortable up till here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes,
So once this is done, the next stage comes, and that next stage is that we take a pen, pencil, paper, and we draw wireframes. Right? Actually, drawing wireframe is also possible, that you can go ahead and draw with Smart Draw or Visio, right? These are the tools people use for drawing wireframes. But people agree on this thing, that wireframe drawing is best by by hand, right? So we draw these wireframes by hand most of the time. So we take pencil, paper, ruler, and these things, and we draw them, right, by hand. So let me share my screen at this moment. So okay, so wireframes. So we draw them by hand. Let me give it a try. So for example, let me show my current pages to you. Let me get to the running website. Uh, pickafacenick.com. Say for example, this is my current sign in page, right? So here I have sign in, I have sign up option, right? So keeping all this discussion into your mind, you can open this website into your systems also. Just have a look at it. And this is definitely, it needs a lot of work. And I invite you to, while sitting here in this class, see that, how can we redraw this page? Right? How can we redraw this page, and what could be a good view of this page? Right? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So please go to this website, pickafaceandnick.com, and go to this me page, right? Go to this me page and see that, maybe by while keeping in view all these user stories we have discussed so far, can we put some more functionality on this page? And then, it will give you an idea that how can we do this. Please go ahead and do it, please.
We can add forget password button.
Excellent. Yeah, definitely it is missing. So we need to have somewhere on this page, we need to have this functionality, forget password.
In
Yes.
already member or division.
Yeah, definitely. So basically, the deal is that we have to make it somewhere, right?
Yes.
So of course, yeah, this is definitely missing. I did not make it. So yeah, this is missing. What else is missing maybe?
as we discussed the various sign-in options, like
Say it again.
various
Dinesh?
sign-in options, various sign-in options like with Facebook and email.
Dinesh, are you using some kind of headphone or earphone?
So yeah, headphones are
Okay, so let me see that why your sound is kind of blurring in my ear. Let me just lower my volume a little bit, maybe. Okay, now please
uh,
speak.
Yeah, as we discussed, we can use various sign-in options, Professor. We can have
We
a
can use
different.
various sign-in options. Yes, Facebook, like Facebook, for example, Google,
Yes.
Google Plus, huh? But I
Yeah.
don't want to make it currently, right? I don't want to expand the scope of this thing, further.
Okay.
But again, if you want to propose it, Mani Kumar actually proposed it, and you are also proposing it, then you have to make it for me. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
And,
So try to draw it. Maybe you can draw it and take a picture, and or maybe you can draw it by using some software even, so that you can share it with us on the screen. I want to give you this experience of design right now sitting in the class, because later on some people will do it, some people will not do it, and then we don't know whether we'll discuss it or not. So let's take some time out and do it right away.
You want us to draw a layout of page?
Yeah, I want you to draw a simple layout of this page.
Okay.
Maybe redraw this page, right? And see that, this is a very bad looking page, and we want to redraw it. And maybe if some vital functionality is missing, as like, for example, forgot password is missing, right?
Yes.
So provide that functionality. And maybe, if some of you wants to redraw this one, say, for example, let me sign in. If I sign in, maybe this is, so can you see that sz@gmail.com is the email, and password is 123, right? If you sign in over here, right, and go back to the same page, so it has only sign out option. Maybe some functionality is missing from this page also. Maybe you want to redraw this page also and give us some functionality. Yes.
We can specify guest login over there
There is
as not a
no
user.
possibility of guest login. Guest is not logged in. Guest is not logged in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think for already a member, there should be username instead of email.
Why email is an issue?
Like for signing in, we are already giving email.
So first, yeah, you're right that for sign up we are using email, but I believe that for sign in we can also use email. Should not be an issue. Sometimes I see people confused all the time that, for example, godaddy.com, right? So over there, you cannot log in by using your email, right? Whereas certain other websites, you can log in by using email, not the username. So I have made it sensitive to email only, because username kind of thing, which is nick over here, one can change his nick or her nick, right?
Okay.
So email is something which we have kind of verified. So it is verified already. So that is the reason that I'm using it. And what about sign up process? You can test sign up process a little bit and see that is it good or it is bad or whatever.
Yes, sir. In a sign up process, we have to enter the mobile number. Actually, in a game, actually we never use mobile number in the game system. That's why.
Okay.
So
So, but
only
what about once
email.
we want to make it into an app?
What's that?
Once we want to make it into an app application, right? Desktop application or mobile application,
Mm-hmm.
then we need to have that cell phone number anyways.
Okay.
Plus, we need to send notifications, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, if one player has made the move and other player is not attending the move right now, right? So we need to push notifications to that cell phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that a move is there, right? This is your turn, kind of thing, right? So that is the reason that we need to have a cell phone over here,
Okay. Yeah.
right? So this is the reason that we are not only getting it, but
Mm-hmm.
we are also verifying it,
Oh yeah. Okay.
right?
There can be option of game preferences at the time of registration.
Game preferences.
Yes.
I don't feel so because every game is available to everyone. If you don't like a game, don't play it.
Professor, we can add user reviews at the welcome page, might be,
Say it
so
again.
that user reviews at the welcome page about the game, so that the new member can read the reviews about the games, whether it is
Yeah, reviews, right? Definitely,
yeah,
but reviews are not gonna come onto this page, right? They are going to come at some other place.
some other page. Okay.
Yeah, of course, So you can say that as a member, I want to write a comment,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Or maybe there could be like slogans as two teams are playing or two players are playing, one can send a slogan that, hey, bravo, I have won, I'm going to win, right?
Yes, yes,
So
Professor.
as a member, I want to send a preset message to the other player or to the audience or everyone, right?
Yes, Professor. Yeah, like emojis we can do.
Yeah, so we can definitely make that user
We can
story.
we can add a birthday field in the new member.
Birthday is something which is very sensitive information, and I don't want to have any sensitive
Also,
information. So
like we can add age.
yeah, age we can do
Yeah,
definitely,
because
but
like when we play the random, so that we can write algorithm like same age group can play, so that
yeah, you're right.
I
Yes,
don't think
probably
these
we
are
can.
age restricted games.
There
Uh,
could be age restricted games, right? But we are not having such games right now.
yeah, that's what.
So when we want to switch from one game to another game, we need to sign out. That's it. We have the
No, no,
option.
no. You don't need to sign out. You can switch without signing out.
Yes, and last time when we play the and at that time the when you send the game request, it sent to the my game request. So I think if it pop up like in any else, in that way
You're right that
we
we are currently refreshing the page. This is bad, and we will cover this thing that how can we emphasize on this thing, right? So this would be the next stage, right?
okay, yeah,
So currently, I would say that review this page, and in this today's class, give me a better drawing of this, a sketch of this page, and maybe sketch of that previous page. Let me sign out. So if
okay.
I sign out from here, so give
Yeah,
me the
in
sketch
this
of this
case,
page.
instead of like already member and new member in after the already member will put a link like that. So only in one page, it's only one. So we don't have to scroll on the down.
Yeah, something like this. Yes, yes. So
So yeah,
let's
only.
see how do you make it sketch, right? So this is a good idea. Let's make it into a sketch and see that what do you make.
Mhm.
Okay, so try to make it into a sketch. Maybe use PowerPoint
Okay,
to make a sketch and share it with us, and then we'll discuss that how to make it actually,
okay, yeah, okay.
right?
Mhm.
Ankit Rao, you want to add something into the discussion?
No, sir. I'll make a layout and share it tomorrow.
Okay, please,
Tomorrow's
we
class.
are not making some final layout. Just, put your thoughts together. And this is a simple page. So take 2, 3, 5 minutes and do it, please.
Okay, so one thing we can do is like when we sign in, um, on the place of SZ, there should be a hover drop down menu from where we can sign out.
Okay, yeah, this can be done. Very good. So if we come over here, say for example, we sign in, and here we need to have like some drop down where we can
Yes.
sign out, and here we can have other options also, right? That for example, what other options could be there? For example, you can have an option change the password change
Yes.
option would be here,
Password.
right?
Yeah.
Right, change your password option, right? Number one. Number two, change your nick option if you want to change your nick, right? If you want
Uh,
to
Change
uh
faces.
Mostly change
Change
the password.
faces.
if you want to change your face, if you want to change your face, you can change your face, definitely, right? And then here you can have that option. For example, I'm going to give option that this website can be seen in various colors, like Aristotle colors. He said that there are four elements: earth, water, fire, and what is the third one? Ash, right? Earth, water, fire, and ash, and air. No, not ash, earth,
Earth,
water,
fire.
fire, and air, right? So I'm going to provide this website in 4 different layouts, right? So maybe over here we have this option also, that what layout you want to see your view. And then there are other options. So I want to give so many options here. So for that option, I feel that I need to have a page instead of drop down. And plus, this website is not generally we are not having drop downs here, right?
Yeah, sir.
So
And mostly
I
the
want
change
to have like
passwords to
unified design, in the sense that since I'm not having drop downs here, so why to have a drop down here? But this is a good idea that we can have drop down.
Yeah, the
sir, mostly
website will
change.
look elegant.
Yeah, absolutely. Many websites have these drop downs as over here, right? You're right.
Go ahead.
And I can see that maybe I will make it, but currently I'm not ready for that. A beautiful drop down needs some CSS I don't want to write currently. Maybe I will put some bootstrap here. But on top of it, I want to have all these pages.
We can also add gaming guide.
Yeah, that I
Yeah.
probably Menthan said that we need to have like how to play game, right? And
Okay.
that we have to provide also. And maybe this could be a good place that we can put links to those gaming details also, right? Maybe you can click over there and a new window will open with the gaming details,
Yes.
right? Like for
sir, and
example, we have this
sign
site
up button.
credits link, right? So if you click this site credits link, so here you have the name and the contact information of all the people who participated in this website.
And sir, mostly like in the sign up page, in the bottom of the sign up page, where like we can add terms and conditions, because every game like
Yeah, we can have terms
can
and conditions.
data can like
Yeah,
every game.
absolutely. We can have very good, definitely. So in sign in page, if we sign out from here, so maybe somewhere, maybe a link to terms and conditions.
Yeah.
Very good. Absolutely. This is essential. So please now make a sketch of this page and share it with me. Avinash, are you
Yes, sir.
drawing it or have you drawn it?
No, sir.
Please
Just
draw it.
I'm watching over there.
Yeah,
Yes, I have some draw something.
you have drawn it already.
Yes.
You're ready to share with us.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. Let me stop share.
So we are I thinking like that in instead of the two field like already member and new members, instead of just put the one field like that already member, and here the link put here like click create account. When the user on click here, it replace only this part like
Very good. I think this is a good design.
yeah. And yes, and the user will don't like to scroll down and up for
Absolutely. I will not like to scroll down even, right? So
yeah.
definitely, this is a good idea. But do you think that the interior of the things are good?
And let me say in design
No, no, I'm asking that the otherwise the two row design of sign in and sign up process are good.
uh, the design we have to change some design in this signing and
Okay. Now the deal is that look, once you have drawn this wireframe, right, or or sketch, so you need to show this thing. So let me request share.
okay. So I stop
Just a
signing.
minute.
Okay.
Let me request remote control.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. So once you have drawn this thing,
Mm-hmm.
very good. So now you already a member. Now here, right over here,
Mm-hmm.
make those fields which are for the sign in process, right? So
Yeah.
please draw them sign in process, draw it over here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so the email address and password and sign in button.
Yeah. Here email and
So, so do you think that these are like appropriate length fields? Not very big.
I think those are the big.
Okay, so no problem. You need not to worry for them right now because still these are rough sketches, right? These are
Yeah.
not final sketches, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but you have to show the what is in that field. So first one, email address. So write email
Yeah,
address over
email
here,
address and in the bottom
password, right?
password, and at the last button.
Okay.
Yeah, button. Show the button. So you want to make it center, right? Very good. So put the things.
Sign.
Yeah, just write something here. We
I
cannot see. Sign in.
think the color is black. I don't know why I cannot write here.
So maybe it is too small. Maybe font size is bigger. Yes. So I cannot still see whatever you are trying to type in.
Yeah, because
Okay. Now it has started writing something.
signing. Okay.
Okay, sign in. Okay. By the way, I have made this sign in a single word, just my
Yeah.
privilege, right? So, definitely it is not a single word, but I write it always a single word. Okay, yeah, here write the email and password.
Mhm.
Yeah, email. And normally we justify it left, right? Email and password because they will come as placeholders, right? So placeholders are normally justified left, right?
Mhm.
So good. Acha, now the deal is that here you have to give one more thing, and that is forgot password link.
Okay.
So how you are going to give that,
Uh,
and where are you going to give that?
Side of the crate.
Here we can put here or
So now this is your design, rough design you are making. So somewhere you have to give forgot password. Okay, very good. Maybe expand it a little bit more. Okay, now here you are going to give forgot password and then create an account. Very good. This is great, right? Okay, now you will give this particular drawing a name. Maybe in the top left corner, you just mention what is the name of this layout, right? Or maybe just give it a number, maybe number one.
here. Ah,
Somewhere on the top left corner,
okay.
maybe in the border,
Mhm.
right? Maybe in the border,
Okay.
just number it like number one, right? It is like layout number one. Not here,
Yeah, yeah.
in off space, maybe in the margin, or maybe make like borders, like slide number one, like slide numbering, right? You have to give some numbering here.
Header, footer.
Okay, now it will show number one in every slide, right? Don't worry. Okay, anyway, so you have to number it, right? Okay,
But
once you have done this, now the deal here is that what should you do next?
mhm.
What should you do next?
Um, After that, means yeah,
Yeah, once you have made this wireframe, right? This is a beautiful wireframe you have made. So
mhm.
my question here is that what should we do next?
Yeah. We create same page like create account. When we click on
Yeah,
create,
so here
change
you
here.
will make a line. So let me draw that line for you.
Okay.
So just a minute, since I can also write, give me a chance.
Mhm.
So where is draw? Draw. Where are these boxes were? Yeah, how can I put a line or arrow over here?
Insert home in home. Yeah.
Home, okay. So home, and here we have this arrow,
Mhm.
right? And here I'll make the arrow. Okay, here I make the arrow. Okay, now it has clicked the arrow. And why is it not drawing the arrow? Can you draw arrow over here?
Here.
Yeah, at the create account.
Okay.
Maybe make an arrow at forget password.
Like that.
Right click, but towards left side. Little towards left.
Okay. Okay.
No, not at the bottom, on the left side. Arrow should,
In
direction was good.
this side.
Yeah, on the
Okay.
left. Okay, where is the arrow has gone?
Here, correct.
Okay, yeah. Okay, now let me have it.
Mhm.
Um, Okay. And let me format it. Make a little bit bigger arrowhead.
Uh, okay. Arrowhead only, or
Yeah, arrowhead, bigger arrowhead, not position.
width?
Um, no, I
Uh,
don't think. Okay, leave it, please. Don't.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Let us, okay, let over here, right? And here, right, go to layout 2,
Okay.
right? In text box, black and white text box, just right, go to layout 2 or wireframe 2.
Black and white text box. Okay.
Yeah, in a black and white text box, just right, go to layout 2.
Here.
Yes. Wireframe or layout, just don't use layout word, use the word
Go to two.
wireframe 2.
What?
Go to WF2, capital W, capital F2. Very good, right? So it means that once we'll click over here, so sometime we actually make a mouse click, right? So
Yeah.
sometime we'll make a mouse with click sign over here, right?
Yeah.
That as we'll click over here, we'll go to wireframe 2, right?
Yeah.
And now in the wireframe 2, you will make that functionality of forget password.
Okay. Okay.
Are you getting me?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Right? So now make a new slide, maybe copy the same slide,
Okay.
copy, paste it the same slide, and there you make the functionality of forget password.
Yeah.
Okay. So forgot password, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one thing over here is now that here
Mm-hmm.
the button will say reset password, right?
Yeah.
And now the question is that how do you want to accomplish this task?
So we can send a pin to the email.
Okay, yeah, we can send a pin to an email, right?
Yeah.
And once that pin is sent, right, then we can have that pin over here,
Mm-hmm.
right, and give option to change the password and
Yeah.
get the new password and reset the password, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now whatever you want to do, you have to make that functionality here, like in drawing.
Okay.
Please make it over here. Let us see how do you make it.
Okay.
So
Here.
this is the exact process we go through when we want to make a website or make a, for that reason, make any project, right? This is very important. Whether you are running a Microsoft corporation or you are running like, you know, ABC poor corporation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to do this practice. Otherwise, you will end up nowhere.
Yeah. So we can we can here put another button for resending the pin.
Okay, now this is up to you that how do you want to resend the pin.
Mm-hmm.
So for example,
We can
you can
use the
you
JavaScript and we when we
okay, you can go to, for example, go to machomath.com,
okay.
go over there.
Yeah.
Please share with us your entire screen so that we can see also this thing. Okay, go to sign in button, sign in page.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and here
Mm-hmm.
Here you have sign in. So if you see that we have a sign up link also
Yes.
somewhere, go down a little bit.
Mm, not a
See
mem.
sign up.
I think it is not a link. Yeah, here
I
it is.
think, yeah, just click it. Right. So this is sign up. Right. So yeah, this is not very well, designed thing,
Mm-hmm.
but still, I kept it like a single page without any scrolls. So please just sign up.
Okay.
Just sign up. Just want to show you that what are the processes so that we can talk about them. Okay, your prefix, you have to select the prefix.
Uh,
Any
username.
username,
Any
just pick a
username?
username.
Okay. I have to write like.
Yeah, yes, you have to write the username. Okay, just give a password, and password is securely placed. Any password, any fake, any good password, whatever. Repeat password. Not try giving not the same password first.
Okay.
Okay, move away from here.
Mm-hmm. Password mismatch. Okay.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
it is asking that password mismatch. You have to have the same password, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this keep these things into your mind, because we would be talking about building of these things pretty
Mm-hmm.
soon, right? And then we'll discuss them, right? Email. Right now, this is something I wanted to show you,
Okay. Yeah.
that there is no button over here, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, so you don't want to have a button for this purpose,
Mm-hmm.
right? You were talking about the button, right? So
Yeah.
what has happened that we have sent this pin, right, without having any button pressed, right? How would we do so? Any idea?
With use of JavaScript.
With
When.
the help of JavaScript, right? So we have made an AJAX call actually. And
Mhm.
can you check your mailbox that have you got a pin?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Press OK. Right. And now you can give a pin over here.
Okay.
Right. Phone not essential, but any number is good. Just give any number.
Any number?
Yeah. Just give any phone number, because we are not verifying the phone number here.
Okay.
We are just verifying the email address. You can just write Tamok if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh,
And that's it. No
uh,
parent information is required.
but
So sign up.
the page why is like a drop in like gravity.
Yeah. So just sign up.
Okay. That is sign up. Okay.
Yeah, just sign up.
Uh, it drop like.
So it is not allowing you to sign up.
Yeah, it's already signing.
Okay, okay. So okay, press OK.
Mm-hmm.
So now you go to sign out page,
Okay.
and here you can see that we have sign out page, and we have like change password, change education level options, right?
Yeah.
So if you sign out for now, just sign out for now,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And now here they're asking you to sign in, right?
Yeah. So click sign.
And now if you have forgotten the password,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we have this button,
Send.
send pin,
Okay.
right? So just pretend that you have forgotten the password. Go
Mm-hmm.
back to the first text.
First text.
Yeah, this first box.
Okay.
Just remove the text. Yeah, here you need to put your email address,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so it says password, forgot your password, enter a new password and press send pin,
Okay.
right? So we have made it so just enter a new password. Autofill is disabled, but somehow your browser is doing autofill. That I have to check that why is it being autofilling.
Mm-hmm.
And send pin, right? So pin is sent, right? So enter the pin and new password and press sign in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now it has changed, right? So the deal is that when we thought about it, we have to make this thing, right? Like this,
Okay.
right? So enter the password,
New one.
enter the password. Yeah, no, this is the password one. Yeah. Enter the password and pin. Yeah, the new password and pin.
New password.
Yeah,
Okay.
new password. So we need to check this thing that it should not show the password,
Yeah.
but it is showing it. You better change the password later on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then here you will give the pin
Okay.
and sign in, right? So this is the process we have made over here for the change of password, right? Now you can think of basically when we are designing a sketch, we
Mm-hmm.
must have this thing in our mind that what are the various technologies available,
Mm-hmm.
right? For example, do we need to submit a page, right? Or do we need to do deploy Ajax call, or do we want to have a reactive coding here, right? So basically keeping this thing into our mind, we make our wireframes or whatever, you want to call them, maybe mockups, right? So we have this thing in our mind that how do we want to build our website or build our app, right? So go back now over there in your layout in your wireframes,
Mm-hmm.
and now you have got the experience of changing password.
Mm-hmm.
So forgot password. Now let's see how do you want to deal with it.
Yeah. After entering the email, it directly automatically send to pin, and if you after enter the pin.
Now after once you enter the pin,
Mm-hmm.
right? So forgot password. Now the deal is that you need to give new password also,
Yes.
right? So now make this functionality that how do you want to make it.
Yeah. After we can like put here like a new password field.
So everybody can give feedback. You draw it, and then I'll have the feedback from rest of the students, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so whatever you want to do, just make it please over here. So a good user experience starts from here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And normally we start taking the help of a designer from here on, right? So you can see this thing that this is not a simple process. Sometimes it might be a tedious process to do. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort, and you should be aesthetically very strong, right? You have a good aesthetic sense that how would it look like, how should we make it. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Your user should not feel cramped anytime, right? For example, you are over here in forgot password, right? And suddenly your user thinks that, hey, look, I have recalled my password. Now right? Now here you should have the option back to sign in or something like that. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
New password, and you can add confirm password.
Yeah, you should have confirmed password also, otherwise people will mistype and they
Yeah.
will think
That.
that they typed it
Yeah.
good, and then they will blame your website or you blame your app that hey, I gave the right password, your site
Yeah.
messed it up. And now one more thing over here, that look, if you go back to this layout.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is something I want to share with you. Just a minute, Yash.
Okay.
So if you go back over here, right, and then suddenly you press forgot password, you come over here, right, and it would be have a bigger window,
Mm-hmm.
right, bigger this thing. So maybe think over it, that is it your preference, maybe the frame size you want to keep the same,
Mm-hmm.
right, so that it is not a jerk in the eyes of a user.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I
Okay.
have another idea that instead of just only new here putting here the new password, we can just keep this two field here. After when we verify this email in the next layout, we enter the new password and confirm
Yeah, you're
password.
right. So let's do this thing. So here we have email and pin, and maybe just remove this new password
Yes,
field,
yes, sir.
right? I'm sorry. Good. And here, instead of reset password, uh, maybe we can have next button,
Yeah, yes, one,
right? Here we can have next button.
like yeah, verify yeah, next button.
Yeah, maybe next button,
Then here,
right? And now the deal is maybe the user failed to give you a right pin,
yeah,
right? So if maybe user was not the owner of the email address, and he did not or she could not give the right pin, so you have to make a layout for that also,
yes, sir.
that once the right pin is not given, what would you show? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir. So yeah, we can in this space we don't have to we don't need this link.
Yeah, we need what? We need back to sign in, right?
Yeah.
Here, right, back to sign in, right?
So in here we can write in text if we enter if
No, look here where you have written forgot password. I mentioned previously also that here you need to give link back to sign in page
yeah,
or
back to
back to sign in, right? So you have to give over here back to sign in. And maybe create account link should be here, right?
I think there is no need of create account link in this page.
Maybe that person got the idea that they don't have an account with us and they want to create an account.
Okay.
so
What do
And
you
for
think?
the incorrect pin, we can add one message. If we
like
enter
here we just
incorrect
pop up
pin, authentication failed
Yeah,
message.
that we are going to do definitely. But on this page, once you are on this page and you think that you have forgotten the password, your user may think that hey, I don't have an account with them anymore, right? Actually, I want to create a new account.
Yes.
yeah.
It may happen, right, Ankit Rao?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
So it is all about user experience, right? And these are not hard and fast computer science things,
Mhm.
right? I cannot see that hey, this is right or this is wrong. The general instruction is that your user should not feel cramped somewhere. He should not or she should not feel that you are trying to trap him or her, right? Hey, from here I cannot go anywhere,
Mhm.
right? This feeling should not be with him or her, right? Otherwise they will run away within a second. They will think that hey, they are trying to trap us and let's run, right? So they should not have this feeling. Okay. So what is this you are making?
Yeah, after when you put email and correct pin, it will go to next.
So
Uh,
next, so yeah, right, yeah, like I have made this arrow, right? You should make
yeah,
this arrow over here,
and here is 3.
right?
Yeah.
You should have you should make an arrow over here that
Okay.
once this is clicked, you will go to wireframe 3,
Okay.
right? Do it, please. Are you getting me? So basically, we need to tell this thing that once a link or button would be clicked, where you are gonna go. Otherwise, the entire wireframes would be a mess of drawings. Nobody would be able to get what are you doing over here, right? So tail of this arrow should be at the next button so that you can understand. And normally we draw these arrows not in color, we draw them in black and white so that we can convey this thing that these arrows are not part of the design, they are just part of the commentary over here, right? Right, and here you will write confirm password, reset password, right?
Yeah.
And
After reset password, go to WF1.
okay, one more thing is missing here, that in this page you are not showing the navigation bar, that where is this going to happen. So here, maybe if your page is navigation based, so all these pages must show the navigation bar over here on the top, right?
Navigation bar, this bar.
Yeah, go to machomath.com,
Okay.
or maybe, yeah,
This
and
one.
here you can see that go to sign out option,
Yeah.
right? So go to sign out. So you can see that this is the navigation bar, yeah, right? So it is telling that which page you are currently at, right? For example, you sign out from here,
I sorry.
right? You sign out from here. So you stay in the same page, right? So it is telling, so everything is completely, you have to document that. For example, once you sign in, what page you are going to land at, right? Once you sign in, what is the page you are going to land at, right? Once you sign out, what page you are going to land in, right? All these things should be documented, right? And this is the navigation bar on the top. You must, make it so that everybody knows that what page we are talking about. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Right, so we have to make this navigation bar over here. For the time being, maybe you can show it with the help of, or maybe make it so that we have this first-hand experience actually, that what's going to happen. So just make it at one drawing and copy paste it in rest of them.
Okay. Yeah. So we game room, chat room, and
Yeah, so we can make we, game room, chat room, and me, right? And you can see this thing that this me is replaced by the name of the person once he's signed in, right?
hmm.
Nick of the person once signed in, right? And we have to make this thing also, that currently it is me,
Hmm.
but later on, once sign in, it becomes the Nick of
Okay.
that guy. And later on we will discuss this thing also, that how do we want to actually implement an app, right? So one way of implementing it, that making this routing or navigation at the server end, right? Another way is to make it at the client end, right? So both ways are possible, and we are going to check that also. And this is just rough, right? And in front of me we have that burger hamburger sign, that 3 line sign, right? So later on we can make it later on, just forget about it for now. Okay, yeah. And copy, don't, yeah. So paste it in all of them.
Yeah.
Very good. And now in navigation bar, this is very important that you show that what page you are currently at, right? So for example, you are currently at me, so you can draw a small line under it, or maybe put control U, or maybe give it a different text color, right? So it depends upon this thing, that how do you want to show your navigation? Do you want to change the background color? Do you want to change the text color? Do you want to make a small underline under it? So it all depends upon you, right?
In this page, we don't go.
Yeah, back to sign in option should still be there. Good. Okay. Okay, good. So once you reset the password, once you click this button, reset the password, what is going to happen?
After reset the password, it will go. It will reset and go back to the signing page.
Or you want him to get signed in automatically? This is also
Yeah.
possible, because now you have recognized them, you have verified through pin, right? And you have allowed them to reset the password. You can go and you can just bring them to the game room,
Yeah.
right? What do you think, anybody?
Go to the game room.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, just go to the sign in and go to the game room.
Here, just
Yeah, this arrow should also be black, so that nobody should think that. Normally people know that what are these arrows for, but still as a precaution we make them in black, so that people would know that, hey, this is just a navigation arrow telling us that what should we do. And you can, okay, don't mess it up. Yeah, you can scoot it towards right a little bit, so that it is like as if the arrow head is pointing at it. Okay, good, very good. Okay, so now you have made this thing, and now you have to make that thing that once your pin is not verified, so what are you going to show?
so if the pin is not verified and we
So you need to go back right here, so once so here you can write, go to wireframe 3 once pin is verified.
Mhm. So if just right here.
If pin is good, right? So if pin is good, go to wireframe 3. If pin is good, if email and pin is good. Very good. Excellent. And now if, once again, if otherwise, go to wireframe 4.
Um, Here.
Right in this box, yes. Just, don't put arrow, just write that, otherwise go to wireframe 4.
Go to the back.
Go to wireframe 4.
Wireframe 4.
Yes. So now this is up to you, right? How do you want to make it? So in wireframe 4, how do you want, what do you want to show? For example, go to pickafaceandnick.com,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
go to pickafaceandnick.com
Yeah.
and go to sign up process.
Sign up here.
Yeah, sign up, start signing up. So here I have disabled the email process, right? So just give email and just give, yeah, focus out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it has sent you a pin, right?
Yes.
Did you notice that it showed you the message,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And now here you are supposed to enter a pin, but since you know that email functionality has been disabled,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yes.
you can just enter any pin,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
maybe 1 2 3, right? And press the next button. Ah, okay. So yeah, keep on going,
Anyway. Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So just enter the cell. Any number is good. Just enter any number. You can see the message,
Yes, sir.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And cell pin 1 2 3 maybe, right? And password. Maybe give a wrong password, right? So it is telling that enter. So basically, this is how we have dealt it, right? That we have changed the text of the same text box over here, right? Now it is up to you that how do you want to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
There could be like tons of different designs. One design could be that you show pop-ups a lot,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Another design could be that you don't show the pop-up, you just show the some text somewhere for the time being,
Yeah.
maybe in red. Maybe if I make it in red it would be even better, right? And then it get disappeared,
Mm-hmm.
You
right?
continue match the password
Yes.
when you write a confirm password.
Yeah, so now it is up to you that how do you want to make it, right?
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
copy this entire slide number 2 and paste it after number 3.
So this. Yeah.
Yeah, number 4, it would be number 4.
Yeah. This is the number four. This is the. This is copied slide.
No,
After.
copy it after number 4.
Okay.
Yeah, and here now tell us that how do you want to make it.
Mm-hmm.
That pin is not matching. So one thing you can do is that once they press the next button,
Mm-hmm.
it will display a message over here, flash a message over here, pin is not right, and stay over
Yeah.
here,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So let me do it for you. So just give me a control for a minute. So for example, here we can say pin does not match, and you can say,
Email address is not registered.
huh?
Email address is not registered.
Whatever the message is, pin does not match slash uh, or and
Yeah,
email address is
not.
not good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Please retry, right? And maybe here you can give an arrow over here, and you can write,
Mm-hmm.
just write over here, flash this message twice, right? Flash this message twice.
Flash mesh. Okay.
Yeah, flash this message twice. Spell check, maybe, just some typos here and there, don't worry about them, right? And then once it is not working,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe you want to have this button, maybe you need to resend the pin, right? Maybe here somewhere you need to have a link to resend the pin. What do you think?
Yeah, instead of just the next button,
Yeah, so then you need to have, so what were you doing here? Let me check. So this was the next button here. What was over here? Sign in, right? And here you have that button, you have the next button, right? So definitely we need to have next button also. But now once you are in this mess, that pin is not matching, maybe you want to resend the pin, right?
yeah.
Right, so please make that functionality somewhere, right? Maybe uh, you have already resent the pin, right? So maybe you can say right over here, a, a new pin is sent, right?
Yeah.
So otherwise you have to think amicably that how do you want to draw this functionality.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to make this functionality, and for that purpose you have to draw it first,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, so okay, I think this is enough of pondering on this thing. So then you press the next button and you will,
Go to the.
yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So now look, this is the process we have made,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Right.
the deal here is that you have this user story. What is the user story? As a member, I want to sign in,
Signing.
right? And in sign in process, we have all these things which we have made so far, right?
Right.
Now, once you have made these things, right? Once you have made these things, now this is the time that you write the corresponding use case, right? Now this is the time that you have written the user story. What was the user story? As a member, I want to sign in, right? Hello,
Yes.
Yes.
right? So as a member, I want to sign in. This is the user story. This is the wireframe you have made, that hey, this is how we are going to implement it, right? Now you have to tell the developer in detail, very much in detail,
Mm-hmm.
that how exactly do you want him to make this functionality. Are you getting me?
Yes.
So now you are going to write a use case, right? Now you are going to write what? Now you are going to write a use case, right? So how do you write a use case? So please stop sharing and let me take up from here. So let me share my screen with you guys. So I have a skeleton already made for you. So this is the use case, right? What is the use case? Sign in, right? So name is, so if you want, you just write, say, use case Number 1, name is sign in, right? Use case summary is a member signs in, right? Actors, who are the actors? Member, right? So there's actor or actors, right? So preconditions, what are the preconditions? Preconditions are that an account with a known email address is already paid, right? So this is the precondition, right? And now here comes the description. Now in the description, whatever we were thinking that how he is going to sign in, we are going to mention all those details, right? So precondition is the account with the known email address is already made, number 1. Number 2, the member. So we sometime, maybe we can have bullets over here. Number 2, the member is at what page? At me page. Right? So these are the preconditions, right? So what are the preconditions? That once you want to execute a use case, right? Once you want to execute a use case, what are the preconditions? Preconditions are that definitely you have got a account, right? You are not accountless, number 1. Number 2, you are already on this page, right? Right, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So description. So description would be refer to wireframe 1, the member enters the email address and password, and press, what does it press? Sign in button, right?
Yeah.
Right, press sign
Yes.
in button. The server verifies the email address slash password, right? If the verify the credentials, you can verify the credentials. Which credentials? Email address and password. If the credentials are good, the member is signed in and redirected to game room page, right? Got it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the description. Now this is a small, beginning first use case. So it is very simple, right? So we have written this thing and so redirected to game room page, right? So I think that this is no more detail is required over here. What do you think? Anybody? Right? So basically description is that how you are going to done that job. Exceptions are how you are not going to done that job. Right? So if there are ways to, if there is one way to do a job, there could be so many ways to not to do a job. Right? So exceptions are that what happens if the process in the description fails. What are you going to do? This is very important. Not only you tell it that what are the exceptions, you also tell that what your system response is against those exceptions, right? Are you getting me? So for example, so here exceptions. So what would be the exceptions? Please tell me.
Forgot the password.
Huh? Number one
Forgot password.
exception. So first exception is that the credentials are not correct, right? So it is not enough that you just write this thing that credentials are not correct. You look, your developer is going to develop this functionality after reading this document, right? Or you are going to develop this this functionality after reading this document. You have to tell exactly that what is going to happen. So if the credentials are not good, then what is going to happen? Your system cannot stay silent, right?
Error message you get.
So yeah, so that error message, where do you want to show that error message?
Like you
In
can
the
show as a
input box.
pop-up, or
Huh?
you can show in the pop-up.
You can show it in a pop-up. Definitely you can show it in a pop-up, or you
Mm,
can show it in the same box, right?
In
yeah,
the
yeah, same input box.
Yeah, same input box. You can show it in the same input box, right? So it depends upon you that whether you want to show it in a pop-up or you want to show it in the same input box, right? So you can say, but the deal is that now you have to make that drawing over there, right?
so in the description, we have to mention like email address and password. Mandatory is mandatory.
In the description,
Email
uh,
address and password should
yeah,
be
you can say this thing definitely, that email address and both are required fields, right? Definitely you can say this thing. So enter the email address and password. Here you can put both of them are mandatory fields, right? And press sign in button, right? The server verifies the credentials, email address, password. If the credentials are good, the member sign in and redirected to game room page. Otherwise, there are the exceptions, like the credentials are not correct, right? So what happens? The email field, now the email field will remain the same, but the password field will flash. Don't use will, same present tense. The email field remains the same. I'm sorry, remains the same, but the password field flashes incorrect email slash password. And please try again, right? Please try again. And that's it probably, right? So this is the This is the exception. So in an exception, we don't just tell that what is the exception, that what has happened. We also tell the developer that what should he make in this situation. Are you getting me? Otherwise, developer will say that, look, you never told me that what should I make, over here. Definitely, developers are smart, but developers are also clever, right? They want to charge you extra once you will not mention something in the initial document, right? So you have to tell them exactly. Otherwise, they'll say, no, you never told us that this function is required, right? So we are going to charge you extra for that, right? So basically, you have to give this exception, and then post conditions are that what will happen once this use case has happened, and here you will say that once sign in, the me tab is replaced by face and Nick C wireframe, maybe 1 whatever it is, right? So now this is the complete use case in front of you. Right, guys?
So we can mention the maximum attempts we can sign in.
Say it again.
Incorrect password. Maximum attempts we can sign in the incorrect attempts.
Yeah, you can make it as complicated as you want, of course.
Yeah, it may be. Yeah, the
Let's keep
popping
it
up we can
simple.
make. Yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
The maximum popping sound. The exemption cases can be not exceed 3 times. We can keep.
Yeah, of course. I said that if you want, you can provide that functionality. But whatever you want a developer to make, you have to mention it exactly over here,
Okay.
right? And you have to depict it in the wireframes, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I invite you now that make this reference of this pick a face and nick.com, right? And I have shared the one login already with you guys over here. It's in the video will be shared. So I want you to make a few more wireframes, right? Maybe redraw the game room, maybe some other room, right? Some other wireframes, right? And write some use cases, right? Write some user stories, right? Try writing some use cases, maybe at least one use case. Once you write a use case, then you get the idea that how to write it. Well, once you show it to me, I will tell you, hey, look, this is the issue over here, right? So just try to write at least one use case before you come back in the next class. Okay, got it? Got it, guys?
Yes.
So yeah, please look, I cannot teach you unless you do it yourself, right? So please do it yourself so that we can discuss it further. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you want to have me for office hours, you can stay in this conversation. Otherwise, you can drop. And I will see you all tomorrow. Take good care of yourself. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. Welcome.
Hello, sir.
Just a minute.
I have
Just a minute.
designed
Just a
few of
minute.
these.